Hello and welcome into Pat's Latest. I'm your host, Mike Gambardella, and in today's episode, we take a look at where the Patriots' backfield could line up amongst the NFL's best. The rookies get their official numbers for the 2025 season. Take a look at the Patriots' quarterback room and a surprising update on a member of the Patriots coming back from injury. Before we get into everything, make sure you go down and subscribe for our channel. Get into the comments and let us know what you think about the Patriots backfield and how it's shaping up prior to the kickoff of 2025. And make sure you give us a like if you like what you hear before going back to check out our old episodes to get caught up on everything New England Patriots. We start today looking at the backfield for the Patriots and has been put under the microscope since the second round selection of Travion Henderson out of Ohio State. With Ramondre Stevenson in the fold and unfortunately coming off of a down year, he did sign a potential game and career altering contract with the Patriots prior to last season. Entering the year, had the line and other things come together, he was really set up to potentially become the Patriots' all time leading rusher. There just has not been a guy who has had enough longevity to really have a crack at that long-standing record. Now, Travion Henderson's addition into the fold really sets up a 1A, 1B scenario here for the Patriots, so that aspiration for Ramondre may go by the wayside, and I've seen some other media members, and especially in the fantasy community, starting to call out that Ramondre Stevenson is one fumble away from Travion Henderson taking his job. I would say that's incorrect, and Mike Vrabel's comments would line up with that, saying that all of those fumbles really weren't his fault. Yes, he's got to take accountability for the ones that really fall on him, but the ones where the secondary hits coming in from him because the line wasn't backside blocking aren't as much put on the running back. So when you start to take a look at what the Patriots are now working with and having a 1A, 1B setup, not everyone actually has that in their Rolodex, we'll say. Looking at some of the best in the NFL, the cream of the crop is the Detroit Lions with David Montgomery and with Jahmyr Gibbs. That is the pie in the sky scenario here for the New England Patriots and what they'd like to see this shake out as. Whether that comes to fruition really does depend on the line and how fast players like Travion Henderson can get up to speed. But looking at it, where the Patriots could rank, for me, looking in no particular order at others who would be up there, the Seattle Seahawks having both Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker in the fold. Now the Los Angeles Chargers adding Omarion Hampton in the draft and Najee Harris in free agency, creating their own two-headed backfield. In the division, the New York Jets, obviously having Breece Hall there and Braylon Edwards added last year in the draft. The Miami Dolphins not far behind either because they do have Devin Achane and then Jalen Wright, and actually adding another running back in the sixth round with Ollie Gordon. So again, having that stable of running backs, they're able to really push out there, keeping them fresh, being able to do a plethora of different things. I think the Tennessee Titans with Pollard and Tajay Spears. And obviously, if you look at the San Francisco 49ers, Christian McCaffrey, hopefully he is back from injury. And pairing him up was Jordan Mason last year, but Isaac Guerendo really has taken a step forward when he had a chance as a rookie last year and rounds out that. So again, the Patriots have a lot of pathways forward by looking what others are doing in the league. But again, there is a scenario where the Patriots could have a top 10 backfield in this league based upon what we have seen from Stevenson in previous years and what Travion Henderson could end up being as a guy that was seen as a first round pick prior to this year's NFL draft. Additionally, speaking of those rookies, the Patriots have handed out the jersey numbers for all of the drafted players this year coming in. Obviously, Will Campbell will keep that number 66 that he rocked at LSU. Travion Henderson keeping his number 32. Kyle Williams stepping into number 18, and Matthew Slater's old number going to him. Jared Wilson taking 58 on the line. Craig Woodson at safety taking number 21, familiar Malcolm Butler number. Joshua Farmer in 92. Braden Swinson, another LSU guy, wearing number 43. The new kicker for the Patriots, Andres Borregales, wearing number 36. The other offensive lineman in the 7th round, Marcus Bryant, coming in at 52. Shout out to Ted Johnson. Julian Ashby, the long snapper, will wear 47. And finally, Kobe Minor, Mr. Irrelevant, will be in number 19 to start the year. So some interesting choices around, nothing too earth-shattering, but that 32, I think, where we've seen a lot of history from the Patriots and a lot of success. And one was quick to take to social media and even talk about it, and with the quote saying, "Can't wait to see some real speed in that number 32 jersey," made all the more funny because that was actually Devin McCourty putting that out on social, where we know that Devin, well, maybe not the fastest player, had some wheels of his own and used those to make some very impactful plays for the Patriots in his time here. And hopefully Travion Henderson can live up to some of the standard set by players like McCourty coming before him. We take a look as well at the quarterback room for the Patriots and looking a little bit more at the backup quarterback scenario and welcoming the Pastronaut to the fold, Joshua Dobbs. Those not familiar, Josh has seen his way around the league, and with having that great year with the Vikings a couple of years ago when getting him on that win streak, come to find out that he is a rocket scientist, and we're familiar with those, having Matt Patricia here in the fold as well. And Josh has had a solid career, and made his way around, and actually has played for Mike Vrabel while with the Titans and had 3 games as a starter for him as well. And that familiarity has helped bring him in, and somebody the Patriots, Mike Vrabel and Elliott, will feel comfortable putting in and installing as the backup for Drake May. There's no quarterback controversy. There's no, hey, if this guy plays well, what happens? It is no, Josh Dobbs is the backup, only there should an injury befall Drake May, and you proceed forward as such. Josh Dobbs understands that role and is eager to fulfill that, and even spoke that his mentor in the league was Jacoby Brissett when he was with the Cleveland Browns, and came up behind him and saw Brissett play really well, and in tough situations like when Deshaun Watson came back from his suspension, Dobbs was let go because they just didn't have the spot for him. And Dobbs spoke to that, of how you need to know your role and work towards a common goal. His quote was that whoever the guy is out there on Sunday, it's everyone's job in that room to make sure that they're supported and ready to go, ready to play. And obviously, from my role, it's ensuring that as we're in the offense together, Drake feels comfortable and go out there and play at a high level. I think everyone knows that Drake May has the capacity to do that. Hopefully now with a backup that knows where they're at. Obviously last year a little bit different because Jacoby Brissett was the starter and gave way to Drake May, and that's not always an easy spot for a veteran, especially one that loses their starting spot. This year, very much different. Drake May is the guy. Josh Dobbs backing up, imparting wisdom, working with Drake to be that extra set of eyes. Did you see this? Where was that safety? Where's that blitz coming from? And hopefully something else that can set up Drake May and the Patriots again for that future success. Finally, we look at a surprising update to a name here from coming back from injury was Kyle Duggar. And before we give that injury update, something I think more surprising with the way this roster is shaking out for the Patriots is that Kyle Duggar is now the longest tenured New England Patriot on this team. It wasn't too long ago we were talking about how could the Patriots take a player from Lenore-Rhine that early in the NFL draft, and I guess we should have been used to it at that point, but it continues to happen, and was take a bit of a break from it this year. We'll see if that continues in the future, but Kyle Duggar going to hold up his end of the bargain as the old man on campus now, even though he is under 30 years old and not too far, only 5 years removed from the NFL draft. But holding that distinction, I think, brings a smile to Kyle Duggar's face as he talked to the media on Tuesday about that and gave an update on his injury. He actually suffered a high ankle sprain way back in week 4 of the 2024 season. It really impacted his ability on the field throughout the year. He continued to fight through it and played through it admirably, but it was obvious that that was causing some issues. So as soon as the season ended, he actually admitted in the press conference that he underwent surgery on that high ankle sprain to have that addressed. And he said the ankle is doing well. So eager to get back onto the practice field, get out there learning Mike Vrabel's new system, and having a chance to really step back into that starting safety role and earn that spot under Vrabel. Asked about his system and where Mike Vrabel was at, he said that there is a high emphasis on connectivity. I think an important word for the Patriots here in 2025, as all those players do need to connect both on and off the field to establish this culture that Mike Vrabel really wants to see shine through for his team. That'll do it for us on this episode of Pat's Latest. As always, make sure you go down and subscribe for the channel. Get in the comments and let us know where you think the Patriots' current backfield lines up against the NFL's best and where it could actually end up by the end of 2025. Give us a like if you like what you hear. Go back and check out our old episodes just to make sure you know everything going on with your New England Patriots. We'll continue to have it all for you here. Fight on, Foxborough.